If you had to guess Honda Philippines' top 3 best-selling cars, what would they be? Is it the Civic, the CR-V, maybe the City hatchback? Nope, it's their top 3 budget offerings. The Honda City, the Brio, and this car right here, the Honda BR-V. It may be going longer in the tooth than expected, being available for the past few years now, but it can still hang tough with the best in its segment. What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph, and today we'll be looking at the Honda BR-V. Now, when the Honda BR-V was first released, it was one of the sleekest ones in its segment. And when it was refreshed a few years ago, it actually took inspiration maybe from the Type R. Because look at these guys. Those are fake air vents on the side. You'll see more of that in the back. And it even has this old classic Honda flying wing type grille. It still has those halogen headlamps, but it now has DRLs, which are full LED. And overall, the Honda BR-V, still quite the looker. Now, a lot of you guys might not know this, but the Honda BR-V is actually running on the same platform as the Honda Brio. It's got the usual crossover bits, kind of looks like an SUV. And yep, definitely looks like an SUV in my book, and that's what they're going for in this one. Now, the black plastic cladding continues. I mean, the SUV styling continues in the rear, especially with that lower lip. Got that integrated spoiler up top. And this nice light bar here, which actually does not light up, unfortunately. I like the overall look, but this chrome mustache looking thing in the middle right here is kind of off-putting for me. But at least the whole design integrates itself fully well with the side panels and the front profile. But take a look at this. If you're getting a Honda BR-V, you're getting it not just for its ability to seat 7 people inside, but for the space. It's got huge space right here, and as you can see, we've folded the rear seats down. I am not going to put myself into that position. Maybe. You can see the low loading floor is really helpful, especially for bringing a lot of stuff inside the BR-V. Let's take a look at the inside and see how that works out for me. So instantly inside the Honda BR-V, I am transported back to 2006. I'm listening to My Chemical Romance and Coheed and Cambria because this steering wheel looks exactly like the one that's taken out of the Honda Civic FD or the 8th generation. Even the paddle shifters right here all seems very familiar. You also have your aftermarket Kenwood 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, and this time though, it now has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, thankfully. So if you want to connect your phone, you have to use these these cables with USB ports on them, which is kind of odd. Inside it's pretty Spartan, but at the same time, it looks pretty modern. If you're familiar with the old Honda Jazzes and the Honda Cities, this pretty much fits right in. Everything is made of hard plastic. You won't find any soft touch materials here, except maybe for the door panels here for your arms, and well, you don't have any center armrests for anything or any center console to speak of. But at least everything is nicely placed. What I love is, of course, the automatic climate control. Well, it's as basic as it gets, but at this price point, you're not gonna look for anything more than this, actually. But you gotta put yourself into perspective. Let's check out the rear and see how that works for rear occupants. Now, second row seat passengers are afforded nice knee room here and leg room. The feet room might use a little bit of work, but that might just be me and my size 12 shoes. You got a nice armrest here by the door. Unfortunately, no center armrest or cup holders. You do have 2 cup holders right here in the bottom though, and a map holder. Of course, these AC vents on top, right here in the ceiling. Check this out, guys. If you're out on a road trip and you're stuck in the second row seats, that's no problems. You can enjoy the sights right here. It's not claustrophobic at all, unlike some other cars that I know that are out there. But this one, great view from the inside. Okay guys, I'm just gonna try the third row seats and see what's up with that. Let's head on over there. I'm doing this one as a public service. Yeah. You know what? Oh, yeah, nope. Come on. Hey, it's not bad. Actually, if I compare this to other SUVs or MPVs out there where my knee would be banging against the second row, it's not the case here. It's actually quite comfortable in the third row. I see myself traveling about an hour or two in this one without any problems, if I have to. You got cup holders here, speakers. It's not a bad place to be at, I gotta say. Good job. All right, so behind the wheel of the Honda BR-V, and I gotta say, I've driven a couple of the competing crossover SUVs or MPVs in the market, and the BR-V is quite spriteful. Even though it has a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine under the hood, it still has respectable power for its class. 118 horsepower and 145 newton meters of torque. It's actually top of its class when it comes to those figures, and it shows. Made it to the CVT. Power delivery is quite linear. It's there when you need it to be, but it's quite noisy. Speaking of noisy, NVH levels are very Honda-esque. You can hear a lot of road noise coming from the wheels, the tires, engine noise, and it's quite crashy inside as well. But not to the point where you want to throw up. It's just that it's the nature of these types of vehicles in this segment in particular. Now, suspension-wise, you've got McPherson struts up front and a torsion bar rear suspension in the rear. It rides similarly as the Honda Brio. That's because it shares the same platform. Thinking about the brakes. The brakes are a little bit jumpy. It's kind of mushy, kind of spongy in a way, but it's there. You're driving, trying to do some like a quick braking maneuver. It's not the best, I gotta say. So now that we're in the stop right here, I want to take this opportunity to describe the ergonomics inside. Everything is easily reachable and well within place. Here's the thing about the seats. I know a lot of people have been talking about the non-height adjustable seats right here, but for me, being used to driving a Honda, it's very Honda-esque, for me at least. You can just adjust the way it's reclined right here. So I guess it's fine for me, but some people will definitely complain about the non-height adjustable seats. Fuel economy is pretty par for the course. Right, we get around 8 to 9 kilometers per liter in the city and reaches about 15 kilometers per liter on the highway, which is pretty respectable again, but it's not definitely the best. You also get your standard safety features like dual airbags, you got your seat belts of course, ISOFIX anchors, ABS with electronic brake force distribution, and traction control, which is surprising to find in this segment. Additional safety features include a backup camera that does not have dynamic guidelines. It's just a yellow box. Pricing for the Honda BR-V starts at 1,048,000 pesos for the entry-level S variant. The model that we have here with all the bells and whistles start at 1,168,000 pesos. And with that price, it actually undercuts a lot of its rivals, especially when you choose the top-of-the-line models. And being a Honda, you know resale value is great for this car. And you got a lot of space inside, I gotta say. Even though it's a subcompact crossover SUV, as they call it. Would I buy one? Yeah, I'd definitely put it in my own short list. But it's best that you drive this before you make that decision. So that's a wrap, people. The Honda BR-V. It may be getting a little bit old compared to its competitors, but it still has enough power, tech, and convenience features to hang with the best of them. But what do you think? Drop us a comment in the comment section down below. And while you're busy hating on me in the comments, why not leave us a like and hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you press on the notification icon so that you're alerted whenever we upload a new video. Once again, this is Roy Robles from Zigwheels.Ph, and I'll see you guys next time.